Hey everyone, welcome to DC Coin World Live. This is the first live show we've ever done. As you can see right down there, we have a 2 shillings coin from the United Kingdom. And when we did our last 2 shillings video, we said that 1967 was the last year that they made the 2 shillings. But we also added a caveat, which I think a lot of people missed. And so we got some emails about it. And what the emails said was, look, 1967 was not the last year that they made the 2 shillings coin. We looked it up, they said, and they made the 2 shillings coin in the United Kingdom until 1970. Well, let's explain that a little bit. This is the last of the circulating 2 shillings coins from the United Kingdom. And if we look at it, we can see that we'll get some good light on there. Um, it says 2 shillings at the top. Well, kind of round is the top. TWO, shillings. Down here it says 1967. And over here it says FID, deaf, or defender of the faith. And so what they did on this particular coin, here's a little bit more light. Ah, look at that. It's just a beautiful coin. What they did on this particular coin was put the FID def on the back and the rest of the stuff about Queen Elizabeth on the front. So it says Elizabeth II, Dea Gratia, Regina. So instead of putting DG like they do on some of the more modern coins, they put the whole Dea Gratia. This, of course, is the Mary Gillick first portrait of Queen Elizabeth with a laurel or laureate in the ribbons. And I believe it's a 29-year-old Queen Elizabeth, which was on the 2 shillings coin from start to finish, from 1954 until, wait for it, 1970. They actually made 2 shillings coins until 1970. You're correct, those of you who said, well, wait a second, 1967 wasn't the last year. Well, 1967 was the last year of general circulation 2 shillings coins. So what do we have on here? Well, guess what that is? That's the Scottish thistle. We also have the Welsh leek. We also have the Northern Irish or Irish shamrock, and in the center of it all we have the English rose. Now, why did they stop making it in 1967? Well, because in 1968 they came out with this coin. Now, this is not the 1968 version for a very simple reason, and that's because we want to show you the 1970. Because in 1970 they actually made two coins. This, of course, see how it says DG here rather than Dea Gratia? So Dea Gratia Regina FD 1970. Over here it says Elizabeth II, and of course in this one she's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. So she's changed her portrait, and on the back it says 10 new pence. So one of the things you'll notice with the 10 new pence in the 2 shillings is they are the exact same size, exact same reeded edge, but they have two different portraits on them. And the reason that we put the 1970 here is because in 1970, technically, they produced both the 2 shilling and the 10 new pence coin. Now, when we put them both together, you can tell the difference of these two. And why is that? Because, of course, this one over here is a proof coin. This is a 1970. I'm going to touch it with our fingers because the packaging got ripped. 1970 2 shillings, says the FID def. So this says 1970 here, and this is 1970 here. So in 1970 they made both the 10 new pence and the 2 shillings. But this 2 shillings was only, and I stress only, a proof coin. So even though they technically made the 2 shillings coin in 1970, after 1967, which is the one we had initially talked about, they didn't make any more for general circulation. So in 1968 they came out with the 10 new pence, and in 1970 they produced both a 10 new pence and a 2 shillings, but this 2 shillings, they only made 750,000 of them, and they were all proof coins. So this coin here on the right is worth $5 or more US, because it's a 1970 only made in proof version, and they only made 750,000. Now, how about the 1970 10 new pence? How many did they make of these? Well, they made 133.5 million. But that's not a large number, because they made 336 million in 68, 314 million in 69. So by 1970, they had already produced almost 700 million 10 new pence coins. And in 1970, this one never went into circulation. It only went into collector's sets, and you could only buy it as part of a collector's set. So you could buy the brilliant uncirculated version, and this, of course, is brilliant, and it's uncirculated, and it's just a beautiful coin, but it was never meant for general circulation, and as you can see, it never did circulate. And when you get one of these proof coins, it's amazing the detail that you can get in the wreath going around on her head. You can get a little bit of that detail here, but this is just amazing. You can see how the knot is tied. You can see how her hair is parted. You can see just great stuff. Now, one of the things that's a problem with some of the proof coins is you don't get much definition, because they kind of smooth it out. But on this one, you get incredible definition. Now, this down here, this little dot, this comes actually in the minting process. And so this one never banged against anything except coming out to shoot at the mint, and that's what that is from. But look at the detail you can see in this, and look at how, now this is one of the things that they complain about, some of the proof coins. See how the outside beading actually touches a little bit? In some of the proof coins, you get that more than you get in some of the general circulation coins. This one is pretty close to the same, but this one clearly touches, and this one has a little bit of separation. All right, well, so what's the true answer? Well, in 1970, yes, you had 2 shillings were made, but they were only made as proof coins, and the last of the 2 shillings circulating coins was 1967, and in 1970 they were also making the 10 new pence. So for the year 1970, they made both the 10 new pence and the 2 shillings, or as they called it, the 1 florin coin, FLORIN. Both of these, the way that they were able to keep both of these is they both had the same value. This 10 new pence was 1/10 of a British pound, and the 2 shillings was 1/10 of a British pound, as was the 1 florin. Now, how long did they let you use the 2 shillings coins in Great Britain? That's kind of cool, because they didn't actually demonetize the 2 shillings coins in Great Britain until June 30th of 1993. And in June 30th of 1993, of course, was important, um, because by then they had actually gone from the 10 new pence to the 10 pence coins. So the shillings lasted the longest of any of the pre-decimalization coins. They lasted until June 30th, 1993. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World Live, our first live session ever. You can watch this in a recorded version if you missed any of it. And we'd love to have your comments, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our DC Coin World channel. Have a great day.